All right, welcome back. Let me see if I'm clicking. I don't think I shouldn't be clicking today. I think I figured it out. Yeah, I don't hear no clicking. Let me see if I'm clicking. I don't think I should be clicking today. I think I figured it out. I hear no clicks. All right. We're clickless. You know what it was? It was my Starlink router. My Starlink router. Starlink router was just sitting right next to my mic, and it was just, I think it was interfering. Some kind of interference. Some kind of interference. So we got it. It's Elon's fault. Yeah, it was too close. It's just sitting right on the pretty much right next to the mic. TOS dollar dollar sign DXY margin, dollar sign DXY. Make sure you got the dollar sign in there. Dollar sign DXY. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, right? The dollar driving lower is actually, it should be a tailwind for equities, but maybe just taking a little bit long to jump in. But yeah, I mean, dollar coming down is technically good for equities. You know, obviously it's not always a one-to-one correlation. We know that. There's times where it's correlation, times where it's not one-to-one. The 10-year has cooled off pretty good from 4.5, which is also a positive. Man, I just think we're just in sort of real-time uncertainty. That's really all it is, in my opinion. Just real-time uncertainty, real-time, you know, just sort of like people piling on top of each other, right? It's not until the piling on top of each other stops that the bleeding stops. So just got to do it. You just got to go. You got to trade it while we get it, man. This is the same thing with every downside move on the market where it's an extended downside move. You just got to trade it. You got to trade the direction while it's here. We will not go down forever. It's just gotta be open to it, man. This has been the best. All right, if you have a comfortable amount of money in your long term, so you're not panicking about that, this has been the best trading, I think, probably in the last 6 months, maybe even longer. This has been the best trading in a very long time. So I would really embrace it, man. This has been some good stuff. Levels have absolutely been spot on every single day. This rejection on the daily chart is definitely telling of more downside, by the way. Let me show you right now. Take a look at this NASDAQ daily today, guys. And we'll talk about this in just a second. We'll jump in. But this NASDAQ daily, about as clear as it gets. Look at this shit. You got that 200 SMA just right there, right? Got that 200 SMA right above price action now. You got previous major lows into failures. I mean, this is just spot on break and retest rejection on the daily right now. So, got to trade it. Got to be open to it. Got to stop trying to catch a bottom. You got to stop. It doesn't work. And there has been no reason to try to catch the bottom. There has not been any key breakouts, right? Look at this hourly chart on the NASDAQ futures. Where's the breakout? Where's the high or low? It's not there. It's non-existent. We need, like we've said every day this week, we need to get above this 20,700, 20,800. We have to get above that. If we do not get above that, you're going down. Right? It's the same, once again, don't forget, right? If you have some trouble, if you're having some trouble out there, here's my recommendation. Okay? If you're having some trouble, here's my recommendation. Flip it, right? Flip the chart. Flip the chart to inverse the chart. That is about the most bullish thing you're looking at. Look how bullish that is. The only thing that I say could reverse this inverse NASDAQ is maybe a 200 SMA rejection. All right, and if that 200 SMA does reject, then maybe we move lower, which would technically on the regular NASDAQ be bullish. But look at this stair-stepping pattern on the inverse NASDAQ. It is absolutely perfection. So if you're having some trouble, right, reading the downside moves, flip it, man. Look how perfect this is. This is everything we teach every day. Market structure, previous highs into new lows, previous highs into new lows, right? It's the same thing here. Previous lows into new highs, previous lows into new highs. So really clean stuff out there, man. Hope you guys are taking advantage of it. Some really nice setups today. On the downside, if we get continuation, Tesla looks like it may try to finally fill that gap, and I will be all over that today if it does. Some other ancillary names I'm watching as well, so let's see. Tonight, we do have Broadcom earnings. We have Costco earnings, Team Cost. Hopefully, I like Team Cost, man. Maybe if Team Cost drops, I'll try to pick up some shares of that one, actually. I am a lover of Costco, but don't own shares, which is a problem. I need to get some shares of that company. So maybe on earnings, if we get that drop, then could be something to pick up. All right, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. I got a video coming out tonight, guys, about some Tesla trades from this week, so I think you'll like that. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Also, guys, if you guys want to get my watch list every morning, you can go ahead and check that out. Go to my Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. Go to my story. You'll see the free watch list that you can go ahead and join. Figured I'd give away that watch list. It only takes me a few minutes to make, and it's probably valuable to some. You already get the watch list sort of here in the live stream, but you can go ahead and get the formal video of the watch list if you'd like there as well. All right. All right. Thursday. Hold on. I just got a text I need to respond to. All right. Let's do it. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Here we go. Thursday, unemployment claims, 8:30. So that's going to be our first thing to pay attention to today. 8:30 today. Hold on. 1 segundo. Okay, there we go. 8:30 in unemployment claims. Let's watch that. Let's see what it does at 8:30 today. And that's pretty much it. Really not much else. I think that's the biggest one. Non-farm productivity, unit labor cost, trade balance. But I really do believe... Oh, my face. There it is. I forgot to turn it back on. Unemployment claims. And that's really it. Friday, tomorrow, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. Powell speaking, 12:30. Interesting. Earnings side. What do we got on the earnings side? I think we just got Broadcom and Costco. Those are the two that I'm going to watch today. Broadcom after hours, definitely important for the semis. Costco, definitely a big one as well. All right, let's jump in. Let's get started. Made a little post this morning on X, guys, and I think actually a really good post and something you need to think about, right? Something you need to think about. Go back and think about your trading performance Tuesday versus Wednesday, right? Go ahead and think about, what did you do Tuesday? What did you do Wednesday? Did you have similar days in terms of mindset, or did you have drastically different days? Go back and look at your trading, right? Did you have a similar type mindset here? Did you have a, careful on the puts down here, careful on the longs up here, right? Was that your very clean mindset of the day? Did you perform well on Tuesday, Thursday? If you did, I'm proud of you. If you had vastly different days yesterday and Tuesday, then you need to figure out what happened, right? Because yesterday and Tuesday are the exact same days, right? And if you came into the session with the exact same mindset, which you should have had the same mindset because we were in the same exact channel, right? Then you need to figure out why the mindset was different, why the bias was different. Why did you trade any differently yesterday versus Tuesday? Today, it's the same exact thing. You have to come into today with the exact same bias. The exact same careful on puts in demand, careful on longs into supply. It's the exact same channel. So we are moving lower in the pre-market, which is looking pretty bloody, right? And it's looking really weak out there. But guess what? The door is still wide open to late puts getting absolutely smoked at the lows. And the proper entry for puts being up at supply highs. So you still need to be careful of that, right? We don't just walk into today and say, oh, we're buying puts at open. If you did that Tuesday and Wednesday, you got absolutely destroyed. And there's no reason to think that today's any different. Maybe the pre-market looks a little bit weak, but that does not mean that you're going to start changing. You're not just instantly changing your strategy into, I'm going to buy puts at open because the pre-market's weak. That's not how you trade. Right? So let's be careful here today. I know the market looks weak this morning. I like some downside setups, but guess what? I'm going to need this to break. I'm going to need this to break. I need us to break 20,200 to really think that this is going to free flow. All right? If we break 20,200 today, then I think you will get the flowing downside and the strong continuation, which will be great for some of our downside trades today. However, this opens the door to the bell ringing, you getting overly aggressive in put options, and one of those. The exact same thing that happened yesterday in our exact demand zone, right? Yesterday, I had some early morning downside looks, which I took off because we started to get close to that 20,200. We started to hold at 57.50, right? This was the exact same level. Look at this. Look at the double bottom low on the ES. Exact same level. Almost to the dollar, all right? So We cannot enter a day with a different idea if we're in between the same levels. It's very important. You need to have a very conservative mindset here this morning into this low. You cannot be looking to fade through this level. You need to wait for it to break and reject and then look for that continuation. That's what we're looking for, okay? So let's see. I would love a 20,200 break and retest rejection today. That would be absolutely free money in my opinion. If we can get a break and hold under yesterday's lows, that's absolutely a watch today. Big time. But we have to be a little bit cautious of that bear trap setting in, right? And maybe something bouncing today back to the upside. If we do get that bounce back to the upside, then I'm going to assume we just get another zombie grind and we just go right back into our supply highs, which then turns into the next major fade spot. Now, I would say, right, I don't like, obviously I don't love the way this doesn't give me much trading opportunity up here, the way this has traded, right? Because I'm not interested in swing trading in this current market. I just don't. I think it's just a little bit dangerous. So I'm not really a fan of us closing at these highs and then going down in the pre-market and then closing at these highs and then going down in the pre-market. That sort of sucks, right, for an intraday trade. It sort of sucks for a, failure, supply rejection trade. I would love if we could open here, right? It would be much better for us if we opened up here and then opened the day, started to trade here, and then, maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, bam. That would be nice. But we're not getting that, unfortunately. We're getting a all-day zombie grind into supply, and then we wake up back at demand, right? It's the same thing the last 2 days. So, well, now the last 3 days, today included. So we got to be careful here today. 20,002, 20,003, right? We could just zombie grind again. If we zombie grind again into 20,700, look for the fade. If we get the only way, right? The only way I would have any inclination to look long is a hold over 20,800. That's the only way. If we get a hold over 20,800, if we get a hold above that 200 SMA, if we start to see this develop as a new low in this area, then I would have an interest in longing up into the 21K. Until then, you ride the trend, and the trend is surely lower. No doubt about it. Something I would be careful of in this market, right? I want to make this very clear. Just because a downside demand is apparent does not mean you long. That is not it. It's not that interesting, right? Sure, these have been some nice little upside opportunities. I would rather just wait for us to pop and fade. These are going to be the sexier trades, in my opinion. Guys, I said this during an upside market, and I'm going to say this during a downside market, right? Maybe many of you, right? I got a lot of questions in the Discord and online when the market was going straight up, right? And we were just grinding higher. Everyone's questioning me. Desi, do you even buy puts, right? Are you even buying puts? Why don't you trade the downside intraday, right? Why don't you look for the downside intraday? Do you even trade the right side of the options chain? I do, man, but I like to trade on the side of the market, right? So if we're in an uptrending market, I'm going to long the lows, right? I'm going to long the lows, and I'm really not that interested in shorting the highs, right? Because when I think of an uptrending market, I would say that there is I'm going to go put it at 60-40, right? And I don't know the exact percent, but I'm going to put it at 60-40. I'm going to say there's a 60% chance that we hold a pullback long, right? And then there's a 40% chance that we reject a supply high in an uptrending market, right? Just to put a little context in that. So I'm more interested in buying pullback longs than fading upside supplies in an uptrending market. It's the exact same thing in a downtrending market. I'm not interested in a short-lived upside move off of downside demands. I am much more interested in fading upside supplies in a downtrending market. It's just simply choosing one side. And that saves a lot of mental capital. That saves a lot of mental energy. That saves a lot of decisions you don't need to make intraday, right? I am not trying to make the exact right decisions on every move intraday. I don't need to long the morning, or I don't need to short the morning. I don't need to long the afternoon. I don't need to short the late afternoon and then long it again the next morning and then short it again on the intraday and then long it. No, just let me short one time and let me get my money and let me get the hell out of here, right? So pick a side. I really don't think you want to long demands in a downtrending market. All a demand level is in a downtrending market is a place not to be short. That's all it is. It's a place not to be short. Don't be short at demand lows in a downtrending market. Don't be dumb. Don't just start shorting into key hold levels. Let the market pop and look for that fade. If you get into downside demands, to me, that is not a long. I would not be interested in longing this level today, but I sure as hell am not going to start opening heavy put positions into this level. That is how I would approach the market conditions. Video tonight is going to be a lot about this and about the strategy that I'm using to trade this downside, sort of thinking through a downside market, right? How to trade a downside market, because I think this might be new to some people, man. All right, I don't know how many people just started trading. Maybe some people just started trading in 2025, and they're like, what the fuck's going on? I thought we go up every day. What's going on out here, right? And so maybe there's some use, some value in that video. So make sure to check that out tonight. NASDAQ futures, 20,200, 20,300, 20,007, 20,008. If you break 20,200 today, you're going to 19,900. That's really, in my opinion, the next major demand low. If you get above, if you pop higher today, look for the fade. Same exact stuff. QQQ. Oh, shit. That looks good, man. QQQ. Little deadly here. Little oh, baby. Tesla, don't, please, Tesla, don't go. No, please. Please wait. Wait for me. How do you say wait for me in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice? How do you say? ¿Cómo se dice wait for me? QQQ. Let's jump into the 15. Shit. This thing's starting to go. Espárame. Espárame, por favor. Espárame. All right. So, QQQ. We got a little 494.50 spot that we just broke. That's important. This was a key level yesterday, and we can see if we go to the 5-minute. If we go to the 5-minute, we can see right here. This is from Tuesday. See here, Tuesday hold, right? We go to yesterday. We had some attempts of holds there. Once we flipped back above it yesterday, we got a push, and you can see this morning, you just cracked it. So, 494.50, but guess what? Guess what level yesterday it was really hard to short into? It was very difficult to short into 492 on the QQQ. This is your danger level on the short side today. Espada mi way. I like that. Mad Max. Espada mi way. No mames. 492. Let's be careful there, right? That would be the level you need to be careful of shorting into today, okay? That's going to be the 200 SMA. That's going to be the previous day lows. I think you're going to want to see a very clear break and retest rejection of 492 to get the downside continuation. Under that, I think you trade into Tuesday's lows, which is 488.50, okay? It does look like you got a little level here. Actually. 497. I actually might pop that on because I see some reactions there. Right here, right? Take a look at this 497 spot. So this could be a little intraday fader. See this? 497, 497. Look at that 497 right there. So this could be a little pop and fade level today. Maybe a little 497 rejection, very possible. I would look for fails under 494.50. And then, of course, I'd be careful shorting into 492. Target under that's 488.50. Okay? ES, just a beautiful 58.60 level again. Beautiful 58.60 level again. Same exact zone we had yesterday. Remember that big boy zone we created? The thick zone that we created? Well, I mean, just perfect again. All right? This whole zone is just plagued with sellers. Like we said yesterday, verbatim, plagued with sellers. And you can see it again. So, We're rejecting 5860. We're rejecting the 200 SMA. The downside is definitely in control. You just failed 5800 here in the pre-market, which is pretty damn clear, right? Take a look at this. Take a look at this 5800 right here. 5800, previous hold yesterday. What a long... let's take a step back, okay? I will say, what a long off 5800 yesterday. Absolutely perfect. Who caught this yesterday? Please tell me someone. I wasn't around for this. I was out, in some meetings. And, man, look at that little thing right there. That's a nice little trade, man. That was a nice little trade. That was based off what? Just trading levels. That's all it was. Just trading intraday levels. That's nice. That is very nice, I will say. Beautiful flag, right? Beautiful flag. Bam, flag, bam. What a follow through. 5800 on the dot. Today, guess what? 5800's rejecting. So, got to be careful on that. Nice guy, you caught it. Boom, baby. Yeah, I mean, just sick. Really nice there. Today, let's get zoomed in here. 1 second. Today, it looks like right around this 57.75 spot, right? Right around here and here and here and this low right here, 57.75. Looks like it could do a little bit of dance, right? But guess what? Every short today, let's think about this chart, okay? Let's think about this chart logically, my friends, before we start foaming at the mouth to buy puts at open. Where is the proper risk reward for shorts? Here. Where is the proper risk reward for longs? Which I'm not recommending longs, but where is the risk reward on the long side? Here. So, you better tailor your trades based off of the chart. You do not start slamming puts, I would say, anywhere between this 57.75 and 57.50 zone. You are at risk. You are trading in monster bounce risk. This is bounce risk. This is fade risk, right? Where do you want to be trading? You want to be trading on the side of the probabilities and the major levels. So, if you are starting to buy puts today at these lows and you lose, there is no excuse, guys. You need to learn this. There is no excuse. It's about as clear as it can possibly be. I mean, this is literally just elementary reading where things have bounced before and things have rejected before. But trust me, it gets difficult, right? Why does it get difficult? It's not difficult because the levels are hard to read. It's not difficult because you guys can't figure out levels, right? Guys, anyone can draw a line right here and say, maybe it'll bounce again. Anyone can do that. Anyone. I mean, I don't have a young cousin, but let's say I had a 10-year-old brother. I think my 10-year-old brother could probably say, hey, look, it's bounced there before at that little green line. It might do it again, right? But what's the hard part? The hard part is the intraday tunnel vision. The hard part is the intraday. You're on the 1 minute chart. You're looking at the candles like this, right? You're looking at the 1 minute chart on your stocks and you're all zoomed in and you're like, oh man, look at this thing. We're going down, right? I'm going to go ahead and, right, we're looking at it like this. It's trending down. It's trending down. Oh man, look at this. I'm going to buy some puts right here. Bam. Why? Because you are too zoomed in. You need to remember the bigger picture. You need to focus on the major levels. You cannot get tunnel vision on the intraday. So please, this is such a valuable thing, man. And I think this is probably about 99% of the problem for traders. I mean, this really is, right? Just being on the wrong side of the market at the wrong major levels is just, you cut that out of your trading. I think everyone can properly read something like this and try to be on the right side of it. So 5,800, 57.75, 57.50, 57.20. You pop again today. You're looking for fades up at the 200. Same exact day as yesterday. There's no difference. SPY. Try to get SPY in before the data today. SPY, same thing. What was our level yesterday? Our level yesterday was 584, 586. That was our thick boy supply. And you can see our thick boy supply smacks the market again. So nothing's changed there. Same exact levels. Pretty damn clean. Today, I would say a little bit at 575.50 here. Could hold us up, but ultimately, this is the low. 572. 572, 200 SMA. That's where you need to be careful of on the short side. If you break that, downside. Come on down. It do go down, right? It do go down. If we break 572, pull up the meme, it's going down, right? So that's a big level down there. Be careful of buying puts into that level. Needs to break and hold below. Right now, 578 is your rejection point, 580, and 584. It do go down. IWM real quick. We got a minute. IWM, I mean, just pretty damn perfect, right? Pretty damn perfect. Our 210, 211 all day. All day. If you fail under this 205 level, I'm actually going to call it, let me bring it down to like 205. Right there. 205. If you break under that 205, you go lower to this 203. Under 203, 200. It's easy. Appreciate that, brother. All right, let's get the data real quick, and then we'll go into the Dow, we'll go into the SMH, we'll go into the Bitcoin, the Buttcoin. Let's see what the data has to say. Let's see if we get any reaction here. 10 seconds. Press that like button. 3,300 people here, 968 likes. Ouch. Holy shit, that's bad. You guys are pretty pretty selective with those likes, huh? All right. We got ourselves a little bounce here. Pretty small in comparison to what's going on, but let's see. We got ourselves a little hold of 57.75, it looks like, maybe. Got to get over 5,800 there for sure. Unemployment 234 versus 221. Oh, 221 versus 234. Okay. So unemployment down. Or, I'm sorry, jobless claims down. Trade balance lower than expected. Not really going anywhere. Not really going anywhere. All right. Well, nothing changes. NASDAQ 20,300's holding. There's your 20,300 little wick bounce that we saw all day yesterday. QQQ. We'll see if it can reclaim that 49450. ES, where'd the ES bounce from? ES, right around that 57.75. SPY, yeah, SPY right at our 575.50 area. All right. Hey, man, right? This, you got to stay open to both sides here. You got to stay open to both sides. Why? Well, you're at green zones. You're at green zones, right? You're at the green zone again. You got to stay open to the possibility of that holding again. It's very possible. Stay open to it. All right. Let's go Dow Jones. Dow Jones at the 200 SMA. That's also a very big spot for the Dow here, guys. I would not be shorting into that Dow 200. Oh, my God, man. Please, God, tell me someone trades the Dow Jones futures. Someone in here. Who does it? Someone trade the Dow Jones futures? This thing is just a monster. Lows, 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 highs, highs. Beautiful rejection yesterday. Holy shit. Nice. 43,250. I'd be careful shorting into 42.5. That's pretty much just a perfect channel there, folks. Perfect channel. Let's go SMH. SMH still fading our exact 230.50 spot. Pretty much perfect. Look at our 230.50 spot. This was the level we had yesterday. Said that we had to get above. Bam, bam, bam. Perfect rejection. 230.50, 230.40, right here. Beautiful pop and fade action. Downside demand, 218. And guess what? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Did we just get a drop on the market? No, we're still holding. That SMH just gapped down. That was weird. IBIT, Bitcoin, the Buckcoin. Buckcoin tried for that 92K last night, which is really the level I think you need to hold above, but it failed, right? Look at this. It tried, but it failed. 92K Buckcoin on the Bitcoin futures. I think you need that 92K reclaim. If you don't get that 92K reclaim, then I think you could see this fade again. So that's really where I need to see Bitcoin hold. I've been looking to try to get long IBIT just because I'm interested to see if there's a just sort of snapback on Bitcoin. I think there will be some kind of snapback that could be very lucrative, but I'm sort of just waiting for it in the background. I'm trying to get a little bit of exposure, but nothing too big. I would like to try to catch this snapback at some point. IBIT doesn't look terrible around this 51 spot. I do like that reclaim. And, you know, it's definitely been more bullish than the market. That's for sure. You know, look at Bitcoin over the last few days versus the market. Been actually on this nice little uptrending move. So I'm interested, man. The only reason I'm interested is because I think there's a really good trading opportunity. I think there's a very high likelihood that Bitcoin retest 100K. I think that's like very high likelihood, but we'll have to see if we can get it to set up. Nice bounce off the 200. We pretty much got the gap fill that I was looking for, right? Because you guys remember, I was bearish on Bitcoin, you know, sort of filling this gap, but we sort of filled it, right? We sort of filled that gap on the daily. You can see we had these daily levels around 81K in that 200 SMA. It's interesting, man. It's interesting. I'm not opposed to trading it if there's a trade that I like. And I do like the vehicle IBIT. I do like this vehicle. I think it's a vehicle worth watching, to be honest. I think it's a vehicle worth watching. So, yeah, I'm going to watch 51 today, see what it does, see what the Bitcoin boys have to say, see if they get a little horned up. All right, let's continue. Tesla, man, you know, sort of good that we're bouncing. I really did not want to see this go down without me today, and maybe it doesn't go down at all, which is fine with me as well, even though I think this could be a sexual opportunity. Tesla needs to fail under 268. It's that or nothing. It's that or nothing. So I would just basically set an alert at 268, and I would not touch the short side unless it breaks that. Don't fuck around in this zone on Tesla. You can see what's happened if you keep trying to short into the zone. It keeps bouncing. Don't do it. I would need to break under 268. If we can break 268, I think it's absolutely free flow. It's free fall time under 268. You would free fall, in my opinion, to 262. And at that point, I'd say you free fall to 255, personally, which is the gap fill. Don't know if we get it because you can see the markets are holding, right? Which is, again, because of a NASDAQ downside demand, right? We talked about this yesterday. You can't short something if the market's at key demand. I don't care what the stock looks like. I don't care what Tesla looks like. I don't care how bearish it is, right? If the market looks like this and the NASDAQ is pushing off 20,300, then you can't short, right? You just can't do it. So if the NASDAQ does flip today and fails back lower and we start to get that slide, then Tesla's definitely a top watch, right? So we'll see. 268, let's watch it. I think that could be a really nice trade if we can get that break and retest rejection under previous day lows. But as of right now, we're not getting it. So we shall see. If we can get a pop today, I would look for another fade at 280, 285. Okay. NVIDIA, 113, big spot today. NVIDIA just failing the 120, pretty damn clear. You can see that 120 level just really heavy up there. And now you're going to be testing this 113 demand low. It looks like you're in a channel. 113 to 118. I'm sorry, 113 to 120. Below 113, you trade back to 110. AMD, actually like an inverse head and shoulder, but I would never trust an inverse. Don't ever trust the bullish pattern on AMD, man. Don't do it. It's not worth it. But yeah, AMD, sort of inverse head and shoulder action, right? Sort of a left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Could be showing, could be a little interesting there. Definitely holding the 99.50, 98 area. Could push again, but if it does push again, guess what? I'll be sitting right here. I'll be sitting right here with a smile on my face, waiting to absolutely smack it at 103.50, 104. If we trade back up into this previous low right here, that is absolutely a fade watch. So let's see if we get it. If we can get that, I would definitely watch that. Broadcom has earnings today. Not really going to talk about it too much. Best of luck on earnings. Man, would that be an ugly break under 180. I'll tell you that. Man, would that be an ugly break under 180 on Broadcom. So that would that would just put everyone up here underwater. Everyone. Everyone would just be totally just drowning. So, yeah. I think my share average is around 140 on Broadcom, so I would like to see it hold up, to be honest. But, yeah, we'll see. MRVL, pretty decent tank job on earnings. I would say 76.50. If this thing stays under 76.50, it could stay weak, and I'll show you why in just a second. But 76.50, this thing sort of has gotten clapped, to be honest. 76.50 right here. Why is that a level? And also 80 right here. Let me show you on the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, there are some major 4-hour highs at 76.50 right here. Look at this 4-hour chart. Before we broke out, or before there was a big breakout on MRVL, we basically just got stuck under this level all day. Rejection, 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 rejection. Again, right? You guys know Marvel Rivals? Again. Again. Who knows that? Who knows that? Someone knows it. Someone knows it. So if 76.50, right? If that stays under, then I think you stay weak, right? You probably travel down to this low right here, around 70. If we can reclaim this high at 76.50, then we'll probably trade back up into the 80. And you can see how these levels are perfectly reacting even on the short term, right? 76.50, 80. Kenneth knows. What's next? ARM. $130. I would probably wait for 130. I'd probably wait for 130. I don't really like anything here. Maybe pop and fade 130. That's about it. Let's get into some interesting names. Let's go to Coinbase, because I'm again watching some crypto movements. Coinbase 220, 221 is definitely something I'm watching here. I want to see what it does today around this zone. It popped above and failed back below. So if we reject this 221 again today, guys, there could be a little fade worth watching. Yesterday, it looks like this demand down around 207. Yeah, like 207. I would say go ahead and pop it on at 207, because that's sort of like the structure of where that demand holds. I'd be a little bit careful shorting into 207. But if you can fail this 221 into 207, might be a nice fade watch. Under 207, you get an even better fade. If you get back over 221 and the market's strong, then it could continue. It could continue. 221 Coinbase, definitely a big watch. MSTR also, oh shit. This is actually a nice little hold going on here. I didn't expect to see it above 300. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, if the crypto boys step up today, that's a very interesting hold of 300, guys. I'm not going to lie. That's big, right? 300, 300, 300, 300, 300, 300. If you can hold 300 on a little break and retest, that's actually sort of interesting. But we need to see some clarity on the market strength. If we fail back under 300, then this thing goes right back down to 270. So all about 300 on MSTR today. Let's jump into Palantir real quick. I think some interesting stuff to watch here on Palantir. Palantir tried to hold over 90, could not. So that's a little bit of right? I don't really like that. I would say if Palantir, if you can get a fade at 90, I would look for it back to like this 85 spot. Pretty nice hold, 85 though, I will say. If the markets can find strength, right? If the markets can actually find strength, I'm going to create a new drawing set here. I'm going to just call it blank. If the markets can actually find some strength, This is actually a very nice little 85 retest hold, 80 to 85 retest hold on Palantir. It really is. But we just need that market content. We need the market continuation. We need the market to agree with upside. Until then, it's a little questionable, but man, is that a nice gap fill? Retest of 80, previous highs, nice. I mean, it's beautiful. If the market was like ripping right now and we got this pullback, I would be long with my life savings here. But we're just not in that market right now, which is a problem. You have to understand that. I think that might be one of the biggest, another big problem that traders have is they look at every opportunity in a vacuum. Like everyone should work. Guys, unfortunately, like maybe we like a retest rejection play, or maybe we like a hold, right? Maybe in theory, what I teach and what I look to trade is a break and retest long, right? In theory, this is the break and retest long. But guys, there is another aspect to every trade we take, and that is, what is the market showing us? Is the market aligned with our trade idea? And if the answer to that is no, then this break and retest in a bearish market is not equal to a break and retest in a bullish market. They may look the same, right? They may look the same in terms of the technicals, but if we're in a bearish market, this is not as strong as this, right? Even though it looks the exact same. Those little market context clues, you need to take them into account when you trade. You need to, right? You got to do it. So, uh-oh. Am I about to lose you guys? Hello? Yeah, clip it, man. I got the content rewards coming on WAP. You guys can start clipping the live streams, and I'm going to start paying you guys for clips. It's coming to WAP soon. Content rewards. I'll probably get it out today. So yeah, feel free to go back to the live streams, clip some. If you guys want to try to make some money on the side, man, clip some of the videos, clip some of the live streams, clip them up, post them. You get paid per view. I'll let you guys know. Stay up to date with me on Instagram and on Twitter, on X for that. It's coming soon. All right. So what else? Netflix has been a monster off this low. Mr. George, 950, 1,000 just has been a really clean hold down here. Continues to be a clear hold. Up here, though, continue to reject. So pretty much just a sideways channel. Meta, a little bit of a bear flag going on Meta here. A little bit of a bear flag, not gonna lie. Sort of interested in it if the markets stay weak. 660, right here, 660. Watch to see if that fails. This is an interesting little bear flag. I would say you need to get under 637 though. Right, you could look for the bear flag breakdown here, but you got to get under 637. Okay. Amazon. Yeah, Amazon's an interesting one, man. This is definitely a fader for me today. This is definitely a little fader for me today. Look at this 4-hour chart. This looks really interesting. Let me go ahead and just throw this level on real quick. It's right around this 210 spot. Look at this. That looks like a bear flag to me. I'm definitely watching Amazon to fade back into that 200 spot today. I would hope I get an entry point. It's already starting to go without me, unfortunately. But, yeah, definitely watching Amazon today. If it fails back under this major supply around 206, 207, yesterday it failed to 210. If you can stay under this 206 today, I think it stays weak. Target 1 would be like 203. Next target would be 200. Definitely watching that one. Google's just rejecting the 100 SMA, or the 200 SMA here, rejecting this whole zone between 175, 180. I would say downside demand comes in around 170, 150. Cava, actually an interesting setup today. Cava, I know not something I trade often, but I think Cava definitely has more room to the downside. previous lows, into highs, little bit of a bear flag action here, right? 90, break, bear flag, bam, right? Definitely watching this today. Let's see if Cava can break down. I would say first demand steps up around 84, then this steps up around 82, right? I'd be careful 84, 82 as you trade it lower. 84, 82. But I love this little fail, and it's not just a short-term level. Let me go back and show you where that comes from. That 90 spot is a huge flip spot, guys. Huge. Look at this. 90, 90, 90. We are looking at a break and retest rejection of that right now at 90. So that's big. If Cava stays under 90 here, this should influence it lower. I'd absolutely watch this. I like that watch a lot today. Let's see. What else do I have in the Discord here? What do we got? Google, Amazon, Netflix, Costco. I'm not going to go over. APP, let's go over that. Cava, Palantir, Shopify and APP maybe to end it. Shopify, APP to end it. And maybe Apple. Oh, man. Apple hurt yesterday, man. We called Apple out to a fucking T yesterday in the live stream in the Discord. Fuck. I missed every second of it. It just went too fast. And you know what, man? I'm very happy with myself yesterday, guys. And you know, and it is what it is. Because if you just don't find that, if you don't get that intuition to enter where you're like, that's it, I'm in, right? That's how it should feel. Guys, when you take an entry point, I'm going to tell you this from experience. This is how I feel when I take an entry. It's literally, I'm in. That's it right there. I have no hesitation, right? Zero hesitation. It's like, boom, in. I like it. If it's like, you know, maybe I like it. I don't know. I'm just fucking around here. I don't know what I'm doing. You know, if that's how you feel, then yeah, let's not trade, okay? Let's not take the trade. It's got to be like, bam, I'm in that thing, right? And I just never got that feeling yesterday. I just never got it on Apple. So I missed it. Even though we absolutely nailed it, that was one of our top watches yesterday. I just couldn't catch a piece, right? Just couldn't catch a piece. So, unfortunate. Today, it looks like you need to, I would say, yeah, I mean, anywhere between like this 233 and 233.50 is where you need to break right here. See these previous highs? You got to break below that. If you break below 233, I think you could catch it again. Or pop and fade, 236.50. APP, if we can get under the 100 SMA today, I think there's juice to be squeezed. And I mean juice, right? Under this 300 spot, man. Under this low here, this low here, these lows here, this low here, these previous highs right here, I don't see why it would hold up before 275. And if you break 275, guys, you have literally zero support. I mean, this is not support. This straight up candle, these straight up moves, that is not support. So I would look for 275 if we break 300. And if we start getting really aggressive, yeah, I mean, if the bearish market continues, a stock like this that is high flying could absolutely come back down to this gap fill. So I am definitely watching this. This depends on how weak our market continues to be. If we enter another phase of absolute panic attack downside, then this will go down further and aggressive. It's one of those stocks. It just depends on how much panic we start to see in the market again. If the market starts to bottom, this will bounce. And it will go risk on, and this will go again, right? That's going to be something to really watch, I think. AppLovin. Last but not least, Shopify. I like the Shopify break and retest rejection here. It's absolutely perfect. You can see it right here. Previous lows, into new highs. Break and retest, 107. Bear flag. Beautiful setup today. That's a nice look. I would say Shopify could trade back to 98. Under 98, guess what? Gap fill, 92. Okay? All right, guys, that's going to be it. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you did, press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Press the subscribe. Let me rewind that. Press the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you want to join the Discord, down below. We do have some things you may be interested in, waiting for. Maybe not waiting for. I don't know. It's up to you. For the 100K subscriber. So the quicker you get me there, the quicker you get some juicy stuff. So get me to 100K. And yeah, that's about it. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Connection established.